Hi, welcome back to Halloween House. So we had a fun day today.
Yeah, you know, on your normal day off, you drive around a bunch of cemeteries and go walking.
Anyways, it was one of the few days we both had off, and it was rainy out. Not a torrential downpour, but a little rainy. Certainly kept us from working on our yards or anything like that. So being the very, very normal people we are, we decided to visit our favorite cemeteries that we have been to. And I know you've recognized the title of this video, and we will get to that shortly. We just wanted to kind of lay some groundwork for you.
And how we got there.
Anyways, so we started out at Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. Our original intent was really just to go out there and do some magnet fishing at the lagoon out back. We will be doing a video about that, and that'll be coming up in the next couple weeks or so. Pretty interesting video. So hit that subscribe button if that sounds like something you'd be interested in. And then we also have another historical video on the Homewood Memorial Gardens, which it's a beautiful cemetery. So where do we start our tour? Dunkin' Donuts for coffee first.
Yes. You can't start anything without that, especially on a rainy day.
Exactly. Needed our coffee because we got to start. I picked her up at, what, 6?
Yeah.
6 a.m. So, yeah, coffee was the first stop.
Yeah, we headed over to Bachelor's Grove. Got to say hi to some deer in the woods.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was just getting ready. It was just...
Daybreak.
What do they call that? Daybreak. Yeah, sunrise.
There was no sun because it was raining.
And it was real misty and foggy. It was real spooky. It was just, and it was so peaceful. And like she said, the deer were out. It was just really beautiful time to be in a cemetery if you want to get up that early and go out in the mist,
in the
rain. But we didn't mind at all. And we did magnet fish for about an hour or so.
Yep, so we'll talk about that part of it later. So then we decided that, you know, Bachelor's Grove is nice, but it's not a big walking area.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to go for a nice walk, so...
Yeah, at this point the sun had come out a little bit, and it had kind of cleared up, so the rain was pretty much over with. And I mentioned to her one of my favorite cemeteries. I grew up in the south suburbs, so I'm very familiar with all the cemeteries in the south suburbs. So we decided...
Of Chicago, for those who aren't...
Of Chicago, I'm so sorry, I should have clarified that. The south suburbs of Chicago. That's where I grew up. So I mentioned to her, well, let's go take a walk over to Homewood Memorial Gardens. It's not a long drive at all. Absolutely beautiful cemetery. You could spend hours walking around there.
Lots of old oak trees and hills. And
lots of hills. It's just
gravestones are awesome.
Gorgeous. And really, I've been there quite a few times, and I'm always discovering a new, really neat looking grave, so I never get tired of walking around out there. It's just beautiful. And again, I will be making a nice little historical video on that cemetery, which will be coming up at another time.
But as we're walking around, we were talking, and you know, there's rumors that a very famous person is buried there.
In a hidden mausoleum, out of the way, that it's hard to find.
It's not there.
We're here to dispel that rumor altogether.
Yes.
Now we're going to start with what you find on Google and all this. It all comes from one error, one careless error, and that's find a grave. When he first died, somebody was way too anxious to claim his memorial. And they went ahead and did it. And when he grew up in Homewood, a south suburb of Chicago. He graduated Homewood Flossmoor High School in 2017. Okay, well, he's from Homewood. So when you go into the cemetery section to say, you know, where you're buried to find the cemetery, the first one that comes up in Homewood is Homewood Memorial Gardens. So they just clicked it.
Yeah, or maybe they misread and just saw Homewood.
Or figured, oh, well, he grew up in Homewood. Yeah. He's probably going to be married in Homewood. But we knew that wasn't true. We knew it, like, before the Mausoleum was built, that it just wasn't true. And we just never really gave it any thought because we didn't know it would become the big
legend.
The big rumor it is now.
So now there's Juice WRLD urban legend online.
But had we known back then what it was going to blow up to, we would have been paying more attention and taking receipts and stuff like that. But being from the south suburbs, we always knew he was going to be buried. It was never a secret, ever. So we don't know where that rumor came from, except people think because the location is wrong at Find a Grave, that it was done on purpose to throw people off. No.
Nobody's doing that.
No.
So Juice
WRLD's grave, Mausoleum, was always meant to be public. It was never a secret.
And
it just never wasn't. And it's amazing.
So after we were at Homewood and it started drizzling again,
yes,
we decided to head over to the Beverly Cemetery in Blue Island, and that is where the mausoleum is located.
This is where Juice WRLD's mausoleum is.
It is.
And it's not just his mausoleum. It's huge. It's for 6 people. So right now he is the only person in there right now, but I assume as the time comes later on, he will be joined by other family members, and it's absolutely stunning mausoleum.
Yes.
Purportedly cost $1 million to build, and going back to it was never a secret. We're not even going to tell you how to find the mausoleum. We're just going to tell you going in the main entrance. You're going to find it in 1 minute. If that. You're just going to drive in and boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Now, if that was meant to be a secret,
it'd be way in the back.
It's a large cemetery. There's plenty of out-of-the-way places, little nooks and crannies you could have put it to make it really hard for people to find. They picked the most prominent spot they possibly could. You cannot miss it. Look at the picture, drive into the main gate, you found it.
And honestly, if you're a famous person, you kind of have an ego, and you want people to come visit you.
Right.
I would want people to come visit me.
Yeah.
And so you're not only showing this big, beautiful mausoleum, it is just
stunning.
Gorgeous. And the photos on it and everything are just
phenomenal. And that's another thing that goes along with, how can you say this was ever a secret? On the right-hand side are pictures of him in his youth, and then on the left-hand side are pictures of him as an adult, as Juice WRLD. If you can call a 21-year-old adult, I don't know, it was just too young to die. But there's just no way that's a secret. I mean, even if you weren't looking for Juice WRLD and you were just there for some other reason to visit a relative's grave,
I would have been drawn to it right away.
You just look over and it'd be like, oh, look, it's Juice WRLD. That's how easy. That's how obvious it is. So I don't know where these rumors got started that it was a secret and that it's hidden and it's hard to find and what it's not. It's right there. So
hopefully the rumors now can end.
Yes.
And he get more visitors.
And that would be Beverly Cemetery. It's between about 119th and 123rd. And just drive right into the main entrance.
Yeah.
Did I say Kedzie? I just gave the...
Yeah, you didn't say Kedzie. It's off of Kedzie.
It's off of Kedzie. So that was our trip for the day, and hopefully nobody gets mad at us for disclosing the secret, because we don't believe we're disclosing anything. If you're from the area, it is common knowledge where he's buried. It's people from out of state or maybe other countries or something like that are feeding this, oh, it's a big secret. No, it's not. And if that's not enough, our word or whatever, go to the area, ask 10 people where Juice WRLD is buried.
I bet you
5, 6, 7 are gonna tell you exactly where it is. It was never a secret. It was never meant to be a secret. It is a showpiece, and it is in a very, very, very prominent area. So hopefully those of you that have been searching and been misled by Find a Grave can now go pay your respects. And there is plenty of people out there, and you can see people are leaving things, and it's still, very cared for. It's not being defaced or anything. It's very
it's beautiful.
It's yes.
If you are on Find a Grave, put in for a correction. We don't know how many people need to say something or how often they update, but we do want to make sure it gets corrected for the future.
Yeah, and we don't know why it's been so long that it hasn't been corrected. It's just false information. It doesn't need to be there. Find a Grave is a valuable genealogy tool, and there's just no room for false information on Find a Grave.
It's hard enough to find stuff.
It is. There's just no excuse for it. So go ahead and head over to Find a Grave and put in for your correction. Let's get this rumor squashed and all that, and go pay respects to Juice WRLD. And thank you very much for watching.
Yes.
Stay spooky.